All right, so for the last lab, we're going to do the tuner, and in this case, we're going to basically start from the past project, the mutual capacitance. What we're going to do is we're going to add an easy I squared C. We need to add a bridge that will communicate the status of the CapSense into the computer through the PC. All right, so for that reason, we are going to change to 400 baud rates and 16 sub-address. This is all specified in the data sheet for CapSense as a tuner. And we're going to simplify the name a little bit. This will give us the I2C connection. We're going to go and change the pins. These are basically the 3.0, 3.1. You can also see that on the silk screen or on the data sheet. Once we have that, we will go and modify the main.c file. This is again our basic one, and what we're going to do, we're going to add a couple of lines. First of all, we need to initialize the I squared C routine, easy I squared C start, and set up the buffer. This is again specified on the data sheet, and that's going to get the tuner started. Finally, what we need to do is get the communication started, basically, after we do the widgets. With those 3 lines of code, we go ahead, build and program. All right, after programming is done, rather than showing you the board, which you've already seen, we're going to go to the schematic and right-click the CapSense where we're going to launch the tuner, as you can see there. This will get the tuner launched, and it will look something like this. First, you have to set up the connection, connect, and start, right? So when you start the setup of the connection, this is all pre-programmed. Basically, that's what you did on the setup. You make sure that you're choosing the I2C connection. You can also do SPI or UART with different features of it. Make sure, if you remember, we set up the address to 8, sub-address 2 bytes. It's 400 kilohertz, so everything should be ready. We'll go ahead and connect. Here at the bottom, you have the status. Right now it's disconnected. It's starting the connection. There you go. The setup, and then we can start. Now you can set up, this is the button and the raw count. So now whenever I touch, you can actually see on the right side a graphical representation, and on the center you see the button on and off. So the other interesting thing about this, well, there's many advantage of this, but I want to show you the graph view, which I think is pretty significant. You have sensor data, sensor signal, and the status, right? You go all the way to 4,000, right? So this is, I'm touching and not touching. So as you can see, you have a pretty nice range that you can basically set up your base and detect different signals. So once again, I'm going to touch it. And as you can see, you have the sensor data. This is the baseline, this is the raw counts by themselves. This is the baseline that you're detecting. And here at the bottom, you have basically the 0 and 1 value. So this is what you would use as a trigger signal, on and off, 1, 0, however you want to call it. So this gives you a nice way to graphically represent the reading that you have, and basically, help with the tuning or the values that you're getting after you put in a different overlay or different materials on it. All right, have fun. Thank you. This is the basics. There's a lot more reading on the app note. Thank you.